Hello friends, and once again welcome to bsvsolutions.com. My name is Amit, and today I'm going to show you yet another simple example of import script. This is an example for beginners, and in this example we are continuing to loading data into SBSQ, and the source is coming from flat file. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and in subsequent session I'll show you how to load data from PeopleSoft and Oracle EBS and JD Edward. Today example is fairly simple. This is an extension of my previous class session. So if you look at my PPT, this is my sample data file, and I've got time dimension, measures, product, market, scenario, and this is your data. If you look at carefully, a measure dimension has sales hyphen 001. 001 basically the source ID. In my example, the data is coming from multiple sources. In order to recognize data is coming from which source, the source ID has been appended with your measure. 001 is one source, 002 is another source. So when I want to load data into SBase Cube, I would like to eliminate or truncate this data. So the same example I shown you in a previous video. This time we are going to use the same thing in a different way. So you see I use a custom defined import script, and def name of your function, and it takes two arguments. One is your dimension member name or field name, and complete record name. So this is a complete record from here to here. This is a complete record, and your specific field name is like January, product, New York. They are specific field. So this function takes two arguments, field name and complete record. You see I use a variable over here, seg list, and I'm using a split function. I'm splitting this field. It means whichever field you associate this function is, they split this field into multiple array members. Depends upon what delimiter you use or split character. I use a hyphen over here. So what will happen, the entire field will split based on this split character, which is hyphen. So when it is split into a split character, it turns out to be an array, right? So it turns out to be two member. As you see, split sales, measure into sales and 001, and the output is going to store in seg list. Seg list turns out to be an array with zero field is called sales, and first field name or index number is 001. So you split the entire string into two pieces, sales and 001. You can also use strip function over here. Strip function I use in this context along with seg list 0, which is your sales, to truncate your leading and trailing spaces. In addition to strip, you can use L strip and R strip, as the name indicate. These methods are used for removing any character from both end of your string. And if the characters to be removed are not specified, as I did not specify any character to be removed, then white space will be removed. So if I have any white spaces, either left side or right side of my sales, it would be removed. This is basic script. Now let's see how to use it. So I'm using the same example. You look at my source is sample basic, which has got 5 dimension, year, measure, product, market, scenario. Corresponding this is my source file. And the straightforward one-to-one mapping. January is year, this is your measures, 110 is your product, market and scenario. This is your data. This data file I'm going to load into my SBase Cube, right? So the basic function steps are continue to be same. You open your FDMEE data management, and the basic step which we did in previous session is continue to be same. I define source as my flat file, target is my SBase Cube, and the mapping is straightforward one-to-one mapping. In our case, measure dimension is account type, and rest all the dimension except year are generic type. So this is a straightforward one-to-one mapping. There is no complication associated with this. In import format, I use the source file and define my source file is a delimited file with comma separator, and this is your mapping information. You can see this clearly. For example, amount is position number 6, market comes to 4, field number I specify along with each dimension member name. So this is going to be straightforward. What is important thing and point to be paid attention is a measure. If you look at measure, there's a custom defined script is written called pass measure.py. When you go to your script editor, the script which I shown you, you can see over here under import option. Same script, fairly simple. Name of your function takes two arguments, field name and record name. The field will be split based on a split character hyphen, and I'm going to return the 0 field and remove leading and training white space. Well, if you're new to Python and you scared or feel uncomfortable writing script in Python, there's one easy way you can use it. There's a Python online cloud-based interface is available. You can use this called pythonfibble.com, and there you the script which you want to run it. If you're not sure whether it works or not, you can copy and paste the script over here, right? And in this case, I'm going to use what is my field. My field name is sales hyphen 001, and the second column name in this example is record name. Record name is empty, so I need not pass any argument. I'm going to leave it blank. You can leave it blank as passing empty string, and then you can do print. And what do you want to print it? You can see over here. I like to call this measure with these two arguments. So I call this print and I call this measure the name of function with these two arguments. And you see these are two variables, str field and sRecord. Str, same argument I pass over here. So this way you ensure that the script you have written is syntactically correct or not. Right, I'm ready to execute this. I use a name of a measure is pass measure, and these two arguments. Ready, run it. So you see you pass sales hyphen 001 and output is sales. I mean, this is your job, especially when you're not good at scripting and you're beginning with writing a basic scripting. So before you actually put into FDMEE and struggle with complex log file interpretation, you can quickly run it over here, pythonfiddle.com. So I found my script is good. I just copy and paste the script in my FDMEE script editor under script, import script. You save it and then you can continue. Because this is import script, therefore you can define the script under your import format. Under your import format under measures. Alright, so I define the mapping of the script under my measures, right? And under workflow, this is all I have done. I define data load mapping. It's a straightforward one-to-one mapping. You see I use a like operator, same as my previous example, star star for market, measure. No complex expression written over here. It's a straightforward mapping. And data load rule also, I define the name of the file. I straightforward define the name of my data file. That's it. Okay. So before I run this, I already run this for the sake of testing before I actually demonstrate this. I remove all the data from my space cube. So there is no data, right? I'm going to run it again and we'll see the output. So you can click on execute, and well, I like to import this from my source and put into my staging table, then enter and load into my target. And this time I'm going to load this data for the month of January, right? Single period, data load, and then I continue to refresh. If everything go good, it turns out to be green color, and I can see the mapping information, the data load workbench. It might take some time. It turns out to be green. It means my metadata data load is done. I can go quickly to data load workbench and check the output. I see the mapping. So my source file was sales 001. It turns out to be sales, which map to sales, and rest all the mapping are straightforward. Sales map to sales, product map to product, market, scenario, and amount. Right? So import, validate, and export all done successfully. Now you can go to your Excel, Smart View, and check the output. This is your data, right? Look at the intersection is same. This is data for January data for my major sales for product 110, 120, 130. These are alias actually, the product name. Cola, Diet Cola, and caffeinated free cola for actual New York. So you see how simple it is to get started with scripting. These are the basic example for the beginners. As we proceed further, I'm going to show you more complex example. So stay tuned. Should you have any question, please feel free to write to us. Our site is bispsolutions.com. Thank you and have a great day ahead.